Welcome back to another episode of Dino's Kitchen. Probably the most iconic fast food item, the Big Mac. Look how lovely it is. Ma che è su cose, fra? Ma che è? Ma para Waller or nonno, fra? You know what? I want to piss off some Italians. So I decided to combine that with pasta.
What'd you say? What are you, stupid? What's the matter with you?
Facciamolo. We're gonna now recreate all the flavor of the Big Mac with a personal touch. First of all, we need beef. A lean beef fat, because we don't want to make the stuffing of the pasta too greasy. A pinch of salt, some onion powder, and some garlic powder, just a little bit. Once it's all mixed, we're gonna set that aside for half an hour. Next ingredient, onions. We wanna brunoise them.
You speak Japanese?
Brunoise is a style of cut, means a very small diced veg. I'll start slicing very thinly, almost the whole length of the onion, but not all the way through. As thin as possible. Once we have all the layers cut in these sides, very carefully we're gonna place our hand like that, with these parts of your hand on the onion, not like that, not like that. Slice in this way 2 times. One at the top, one at the bottom. So place your hand like that and let the knife do the work. Not too much pressure. And again, stop, you see, almost at the end of the onion. And now we're gonna do the other one. Again, your hand placed like that on the onion and let the knife do the work. Almost until the end. Take the knife out, slice them as thin as possible. That's what we want. Maximum temperature, go down with some olive oil. What I tend to do is squeeze the meat down as a massive burger patty, and then I'm gonna place the burger into the pan whole, so we get a nice caramelization on this side, and then I'm gonna break it up and finish off to cook. But like that we get the most important flavor that we can from the meat. So as you can see, it's quite thin. Press it down. Remember, not add any more salt, any more seasoning. The meat is already been seasoned half an hour ago. We're gonna start off with the meat, because then in the same pan we're gonna cook the onion, and the onion will absorb all the beef flavor from it. Let's check the color. We are looking for a bit extra color on that side, so we leave the meat side down for about 2 minutes, 2.5. Then obviously we're gonna check. There we go. Nice deep dark color. And now we can start smashing the meat down. Remember, we want that quite small, but not super small, because you still wanna taste the actual beef. So I will say like that is perfect. As you can see, it's nice and crispy, it's fully cooked, but not dry. And now we're gonna place that aside. In the same pan, straight away, add our diced onion. Season everything. Now, what we look from the onions is to have a softer texture. That's why we cut them very small. But also, we wanna absorb all the beef flavor from the pan. After maybe 5 minutes of cooking down the onion, as you can see, they have absorbed all the flavors and they are a bit softer. It's time to turn them off, mix them with the beef. Place them into a bowl. Once the mix is still quite hot, we're gonna grate the cheese inside. I picked a Red Leicester cheese. We really want loads of cheese. Voglio cacevo prima rimane. Scende la pioggia, ma che fa? The cheese is melting down a little bit, and it will help once it sets to become a bit thicker. For my taste, we need more cheese.
All covered in ice.
So that is the right consistency you want. Something that you can mold and eventually stuff your pasta. Set that aside for about maybe half an hour. In the fridge is better. We wanna pre-cook our pasta. When the water is almost boiling, add some salt. You need to basically half the time of cooking when you pre-cook pasta for this kind of dish. We don't really wanna fully cook the pasta. We just wanna pre-cook the pasta a little bit. We need the pasta just to be a bit softer. After roughly 7-8 minutes, the pasta will have a kind of bouncy consistency. At this point, turn off, leave the pasta to settle for a minute. Drain the pasta into cold water. Very carefully, we don't want to break the pasta. As you can see, the pasta is squeezy, is bouncy, but it doesn't snap. Once the pasta is cool, we drain the water, olive oil, mix the pasta a little bit like that. Let's put that aside. While all the ingredients are cooling down, next step is the Big Mac sauce. There are thousands of theories behind the Big Mac sauce. Today, you're gonna see Dino's theory. Grab a bowl, a spoon, and in the description, I'm gonna leave you all the ingredients and all the quantities. But please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss on the next video. Let's start with mayo, a tiny squirt of ketchup in here, not on the board. And now my favorite ingredient. Worcestershire sauce. Ma cazzo si chiama? Worcestershire. A few drops. A little bit of American mustard. Few squirts. A touch of tomato paste. We have got a big problem here. People will put gherkins. No gherkins in Dino's kitchen. So once all the ingredients are mixed, we should reach this kind of consistency, this kind of color. Last but not last, we need to make sure we put the garnish in the dish as well. So we're gonna need tomatoes and lettuce. Cut the front, slice into 4, and then very carefully try to remove all the inside. Now we're gonna place the tomatoes on a piece of paper to dry a bit of the moisture. Then we are ready to dice them. I like them quite small. Then a little bit of iceberg lettuce. Remove a few of the first leaves. Slice a little bit on the side. Julian da.
I don't speak German.
As thin as possible. That is what we are looking for. It's time to stuff our pasta. We're gonna get our filling, which is being chilled, into the fridge for about half an hour. We're gonna grab our pasta, create a base at the bottom, and literally push down the filling. You really want the pasta fully stuffed. Place them in a tray and we leave them in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Next step, we're gonna create the batter. To do so, we're gonna need a little bit of flour, roughly about 100 grams will do. Let's mix the flour a little bit, add 100 ml of water. This is the consistency that we are looking for. We're gonna prep our crumbs using some cornflakes. We're just gonna roughly squeeze with our hands like that. We're gonna crush them. Take the pasta, immerse the pasta into the batter. Drain a little bit of excess batter and then straight into the crumb. Grab the pasta and make sure you attach as many crumbs as possible to the pasta. And there we go. Here we are probably writing the history. This is the time and date live of when this recipe has been done.
People will write books about me.
Let's add some sunflower oil. You can use veg oil, I just don't like the smell of it. A good frying temperature is around 175-180 degrees, depending on the oil. So I will say the oil is ready to go. We are looking for maybe 2-3 minutes of cooking time, but we always want to check constantly the color. Remember, the cornflakes are already a bit darker compared to panko breadcrumb, so they will be darker. After 2-3 minutes, they will look like that. A little bit of sauce on the side. Come on. You remember the garnish? It's time to season it. A little bit of salt. Look at that. Come on, honestly. Should we taste it? So my idea is dipping the nuggets into the sauce first.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Very nice.
There's still this to eat.
Ma che già la sauce? Dai, ma vedo sto cazzo con le mani. That's better.